Hello, I'm Duncan from Auto Shine and Tinting, and we are back. This car, wow, it is out there in every single sense, noise, looks, colours, everything. We're going to get this vehicle around the back onto the wash bay. We're going to go through the process of what we do cleaning wise when the car's got satin paint and it's a very, very expensive car. So we're just going to zoom through those processes. Then we're going to get the car in, we're going to go through some of the spec and some of the quirky features on the car. And then we're going to show you why this car is an absolute nightmare to put PPF to. It's really going to test our install team because these are very difficult to do. All the shapes and things like that. We've got all the computer cut patterns though, so we will get underway with that. So let's get it around the back. So let's talk a little bit about the satin paint, just quickly. Satin paint I personally love. The only thing that you've got to be really careful with is it marks, and if it does mark, you can't do anything about it because you can't polish it. So if you get the lightest little scratch, you can't put any polish on it whatsoever, which makes it very difficult to upkeep. Hence, if you have satin paint, it's almost essential you have full PPF because otherwise it won't stay looking great for long. So obviously you've got to be careful when you're cleaning it. That's why we're just doing this just to give you a little insight of what we do when we are cleaning it correctly. So the most important thing to start with when we clean a car is to get as many particles that are on the car, whether it be dirt, grime or anything, off the car onto the floor, because whatever we touch it, like with the wash mitt, we're going to be rubbing that dirt against the paint, so we want to minimize that. So number one, we're going to jet wash it. We all know how to jet wash a car, so we'll zoom through this process and then we'll get on to the far more exciting number two. Number two, snow foam. Always like snow foam because it looks pretty. That's why most people like snow foam, I think, but it also does a very important job. So now the car's been jet washed, as much dirt is off the vehicle as possible with the jet wash. So now we're going to cover the car with the foam. And the idea with the foam is any particles that are left on the paint, the foam uses the chemicals to lift it from the paint into the suds. So we leave that to do its magic for like 5-10 minutes, depending on how warm it is. So 5-10 minutes, it will do its stuff, and then all the dirt will hopefully be in the foam. We'll jet wash that off, and then more dirt falls to the floor where it belongs. So I know this car practically looks the same because it was quite clean anyway, but if the car was dirty, you'd see that the majority of the dirt was now off the car and on the floor. So now what we're going to do, we're going to use the wash mitt on the car to get the last little bits of dirt off. We use a 2 buckets wash method with grit guards in the buckets. What that means is we've got a bucket full of soapy water that we put the wash mitt in, pick up the soap, put it on the car. Then the wash mitt technically has got the dirt on it, so then we put that in the clean water bucket, wash it off, get as much dirt as we can off the wash mitt, put it back in the soapy bucket, and then put it on the car again and repeat the process. What I'm going to do, it's personal preference, you don't have to do this, I'm going to use the snow foam yet again on the vehicle, because the snow foam is going to lubricate the wash mitt really well as it glides over and just get hopefully any dirt that there is on the car. So yes, it sounds OTT, probably is on this car because it wasn't dirty, but on a car that's normally dirty, this is what we do. So we do the same process just to make sure it's all good. So snow foam, then buckets, and I'm going to really zoom through this process because it's a bit boring to watch. So now it's time to dry the vehicle. We could use a really nice quality microfiber towel, which we do use, but we also use compressed air depending on the vehicle. This, being satin paint, just removes the risk of anything else touching the vehicle, so we'll use compressed air and we'll just blow the water off. So before we pull this into the install bay, I just want to show you a few features on the car. So the bonnet, it's all a carbon fibre tub that lifts up, and to open it, we press these buttons here. There's one, there's two, and then the whole thing flips up to reveal a tiny little storage area. We'll drop that down. Be very careful while we install to this, and then to close it, all you do, press it, and it gives you a satisfying click. Right, let's show you the interior. Firstly, I have to show you, which is probably my favourite door panel. Look at this. So, full carbon fibre, one piece. You've got the grab handle there to close the door, and that opens the door. And you've just got these, your electric window buttons, like all Lamborghinis, in the centre of the vehicle. But how nice is that? All in one piece. Right, go around the other side, Nath. Let me show you something else. So it's all very standard Lamborghini in here, really. All this is off the Huracan. Obviously, these seats are unique to the STO. They're carbon, one piece. They don't recline or anything like that, but they are literally in the perfect condition. Steering wheel on this one's lovely Alcantara with the orange red stitching on the inside in the hex patterns that's unique to Lambos. All this is standard Lamborghini. It's nice with the Alcantara, and you also have a little sun visor with a vanity mirror. No lights though. That is pretty much it on the inside. So what we're going to do now, we're going to pull it inside, and it's time to get the PPF on. So at last, the STO is complete. Full body coverage in PPF. We're going to go more into that now, but just a warning, if you are new to PPF or you don't have too much experience, do not attempt to do one of these cars because they are very difficult to do. A lot of angles, a lot of corners, a lot of separate pieces on it. Also, an interesting fact is it uses more PPF vinyl than a Range Rover. Think how big a Range Rover is in comparison to this. It's just because of the shapes involved on this and how much film it uses to compensate for those shapes. We've also protected the windscreen on this. We've got a really fantastic product to protect your windscreen. The last thing you want to do is be cutting this out and putting a new windscreen in. You want the original windscreen with the car. Other than that, it's all gone well. We've put the gloss PPF on all these orangey red gloss parts, and then satin PPF on all the paint. All this dry carbon look. Looks absolutely fantastic. Gets so much attention like you'd expect with this car. Chuffed to bits how it's come out. Guys have done a fantastic job. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe and comment down below what you think of the STO. And we'll see you next time.
I just wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now and dance, dance, dance. I just wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now and dance, dance, dance. I just wanna clap, clap, turn around, dance.